Okay. Hello. So
Hi.
the first question I wanted to ask you both is, how did you both find out about Tablespoon?
Yeah, I think it was just shared in a group, like actors and opportunities. And so I started very meticulously looking into what Tablespoon was and what the opportunity was. I mean, I liked the opportunity already from the get-go because it was very open and very sort of inclusive to people who have not done projects before. I felt that even though Clémence and I had not many projects like under our belt, that we could take part in the festival.
So seeing as you're in France and you're in Peru, how did you two meet? How have you two collided?
Oh, you tell them, Clémence.
In 2018, I started my Erasmus year, in the University of Warwick, and that's where I met Eduardo because he was in his third year, and we just talked a bit about what we were wanting to do as artists. And he asked me, because he was working on something, and he asked me to jump in one of his rehearsals, and then he asked, things went well, and he asked me to co-direct his first performance, and that's how things started.
So to me, it was like you're a person that I'm really interested in, like artistically making contact with, and I really value your opinion. So we've worked on a show before, and when I told her about Potluck, I was like, hey, listen, like, do you wanna have a go at it again? And it was obviously a lot easier now that we're good
I had to
friends.
say yes. I couldn't say no.
Tell me in your own words what this project is about.
Casa Etera is a one-to-one immersive experience that looks at exploring our contact with our own human selves. So throughout this pandemic, we've been obviously more in contact with machines, with our phones, with our laptops, hiding kind of our faces from people for obvious medical reasons, but the humane aspect of ourselves, so sort of like the best and the worst in us, has been sort of exposed or heightened in a sense. And I felt as though theater, or at least, I mean, we can debate whether this is theater at all or not, responsibility that theater has inherently, or that I feel it has inherently. I thought, right, is it even possible to achieve that on Zoom when you're looking at a camera, like organized pixels? Is it even possible to recreate that type of experience? And Casa Etera is that attempt. Like, let's see if we can connect with our human side. Right. Clearly can say it's on Zoom. Zoom experience where you join a call. So you book your ticket, you separate your time slot, 35-minute piece, so you exactly know when you can do it at any time of your day. I'll probably accommodate to perform at GMT time. You can choose to experience it in either English or Spanish, because this can be a bilingual experience as well. It is an interactive piece where you will be asked to talk or to write, to engage with the show, and all the decisions that you make throughout the piece and all the information that you want to put into the piece will be then reflected towards the end, and you will see that this is your Casa Etera, like it's your run of Casa Etera.
Well, the experience is all made by them, but it's about how much they want to give, and whether they want to give a lot or just share a bit of themselves. Any case will be enough for them to have a very interesting experience, that they don't have to feel like they have to
it's not
give
intrusive.
Everything. It's not intrusive. That's the thing. It's really what they want to explore about themselves that matters.
We don't want to tell people how to do things and how to feel. So there is no, it's not mandatory. Nothing there is mandatory. You can break the rules and make your own Casa Etera.
They really build the experience with the audience that we have, and it's just one person. So it's really cool because we get that journey with them, and it's also a very good experience for us, actually.
Yeah, and I can imagine for the audience, because it's a very, I imagine, quite personal thing that you don't get, if you're all in an auditorium, you don't get that personal one-to-one experience. So how have you been, what's the process been like?
So it's myself, her, Jude, and Valentine. They're also part of our team, and big shout out to them through this interview. Really, really appreciate their work, and they've been just blowing our minds every time we meet and they share new material. Oftentimes it'd be me recording videos or writing bits of text, throw it back to Clémence. Clémence gives me her feedback. and then I rework based on that. So obviously she does the role of a dramaturg in that sense, as in she helps me give birth to the show. So the content that I create then just gets bounced between the three of them until we get, you know, something nice and really packed within 35 minutes.
Honestly, I've never heard anything like it. It's such an original idea, and you're both so passionate about it. It's so interesting. How have you found being creative during quarantine?
Yeah, I guess that's also why like Eduardo and I like reconnected. It was because, like, personally, it was a bit hard for me to create at that time. Working on a digital piece has like advantages and like also like flaws. What is cool is that we get to explore like a new way of, we have to rethink how to like perform and transmit something to the audience. So that's really cool, and we get to like work even if we're like miles away from each other, so that's really great. Well, on the other hand, we can't have like just a reunion and have like human contact, and just, you know, sometimes the best ideas come from just like going into a bar and having a pint with the team, and we can't do that. So I think that's like the bad side of it, probably.
You know, it is amazing, all these plays online, isn't it? But you can just tell that people really want to go back on live on stage and stuff.
Exactly. See, that's Sophia, I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think that's why I probably couldn't really settle with a Zoom play. It's because in reality we all just want to we want the real thing, and I don't feel that the theater itself should accommodate to this sort of Zoom box and the limitations it has. So that's why I think subverting, I mean, now that we're here, we may as well do something different and interesting with it. So I feel that the creation can be more fruitful the other way around if we use Zoom as a tool rather than the space that we've kind of been all lumped in together.
How has it been working with other people in Tablespoon? How has your relationship been, the creative relationship?
With the Tablespoon team, it's been fantastic. Absolutely love. Well, Jess is our producer, and she's been on the ball. It's been really supportive, really helpful, and so have the rest of the Tablespoon teams. I think they really know what people in our stage of sort of amateurship, especially because, you know, we still need to make ourselves professional. So they know what we need. And they're certainly very open to suggestions. So yeah, and I've nothing but praise for the Tablespoon team. They've been absolutely wonderful, and we're just sort of having to reinvent ourselves. And I can't wait for the book Theater in the Pandemic, sort of, you know, compiling everything that happened here, and hopefully Potluck will be written in some place there. So please do not miss it. It'll be a different experience. That much we can assure you.